Good morning. Good morning. We got snow on the ground outside. We got some snow. We got the Nasdaq 21,728. We have a new president in office, Mr. Donald J. Trump. No news today. No news today. Market opening in 22 minutes. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not touching my eggs, fella. Oh, yes. We got our breakfast made. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nasdaq 21,707. Got VWAP at 21,651. 21 EMA at 21,716. We are right below yesterday's opening range. Yes. Wanted to recap, talk about yesterday. Actually, after ending the stream, realized I did miss a setup, and it was a short, which we should have entered around 9:15 Central Time. So pulling the 2-minute chart up here, we created the 15-minute range. Here's the top, here's the bottom. We eventually broke out below it at 9:10. That hourly candle closed right here. And then we pushed to the bottom of the range, pulled back up to the 21 EMA, and then pushed out of the range, and then created this kind of little flag here. And just looking back, thinking like maybe that's where we should have got short and then targeted kind of these pre-market lows. Looking at the 1 minute, but we did no trade. So yesterday, no trade. But looking back, that was kind of like the setup. It just wasn't super sexy. Man, I really got to go back here. There we go. That's what it looks like on the 1 minute. So we pushed to the bottom of the range, broke out below it, and then pulled back up to the 21 EMA. And then this candle broke out below this flag. We started continuing down. The 21 EMA at that point was now sloping down, right? And then once this candle broke below like 718, that's when you could have got in for a short. We would have grabbed like 2 contracts here, 2 here, if we entered like perfectly, set our last 2 at break even, we wouldn't have got stopped out here and then got this next push for our final 2. So I don't want to say the strategy didn't really work. That's kind of it right there. I just kind of missed it. So bless me. So that's it. Just wanted to talk about that real quick. Let's keep trolling. There we go. No news today. Good morning, good morning. No news. Gonna do a better job at paying attention today. The name of the game is pay attention. Attention is alignment. And I never thought about attention is like the currency of God. God being the highest power, the highest frequency, the highest vibration, not a persona like a man in the sky. Persona describes things in the third dimension, the physical reality that we live in, which is an illusion. Attention is currency because you pay it. You pay attention, just like you go to a store and you pay with money. You pay attention and you get a return on your investment, whether you spend that attention or invest it. We're going to invest it in paying attention to the chart the whole time so that we don't miss our setup. Once we get to like 9 a.m. Central Time, I'm not going to be paying attention to what Remy's looking at. I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat. I'm not going to be paying attention to my phone. I'm only going to pay attention to things that give me a return on investment, which is the Nasdaq chart and trading. We're going to pay attention.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like...
Not going to pay attention to these stupid ads. Eventually. All right, kind of getting stuck at the 730s so far, pre-market. And we got this other spot over here, 746. Yesterday's high. And then we got these other two spots. This is the hourly pivot up here, and then this other purple line is some previous highs from January 8th or 6th. All right, there we go. Market is open. All right, we got 13 minutes left in this opening 15-minute range that we're going to wait for. And I'm going to read Exodus chapter 15, verse 2 from my Daily Strength for Men. All right, for hundreds of years, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom God renamed Israel, were slaves in Egypt. It had started well enough. Israel, his children, and their families had moved to Egypt during the Great Famine, when Israel's favorite son Joseph was second in command to the king of Egypt. After Joseph died, however, there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. The king feared that the people of Israel would overwhelm Egypt, so he decreed that they would work as slaves, and so they did, generation after generation. Finally, God responded to the cries of the Israelites and selected Moses, a descendant of Levi, to bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Moses was a reluctant leader, so God promised Moses that his wonders would force Pharaoh to release the Israelites. God unleashed 9 plagues on Egypt, but Pharaoh refused to let the Israelites go. Then God sent a final plague that would kill the firstborn son in every non-Israelite household, including Pharaoh's, and the king of Egypt finally relented. After the people of Israel left Egypt, Pharaoh changed his mind. He took his army, including 600 chariots, and pursued the Israelites. The Israelites panicked, but not Moses, who said, "Fear not, stand firm, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today." And God came through. The people of Israel crossed through the Red Sea on dry ground, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. When Pharaoh's army tried to cross, the walls of water collapsed, and every man in the army drowned. On the other side of the Red Sea, Moses and the people of Israel praised God for saving them from the Egyptian army. We can praise God every day for saving us from an even worse fate. All right, 5 fundamental truths to trading. Number 1, anything can happen. Number 2, you don't need to know what is going to happen next in order to make money. 3, there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given sets of variables that define an edge. 4, an edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. And 5, every moment in the market is unique. The 7 principles of consistency. I am a consistent winner because I objectively identify my edges. I predefine the risk of every trade. I completely accept risk, or I'm willing to let go of a trade. I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. I continually monitor my susceptibility for making errors, and I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of consistent success, and therefore I never violate them. Yesterday we took no trade. If you're just joining now, we are at no trades. The market's been open for a few minutes. Yesterday we did miss one setup. I know during the session I didn't identify that. I did not objectively identify that our edge did actually play out. So if we go back to yesterday morning at 9:15 a.m., there was an entry for a short that I would have liked to take. We got below the 15-minute range at 9:10, pulled back up to the 21 EMA, and then, as you can see, started breaking out. We had this one. This one, the reason why I like this one better is because this one occurred after the price got below the range. And on the 1 minute, it looks even cleaner. So I know I already went back and showed you all this, but there's only one person watching the stream earlier. Now we got a couple more, so maybe you can benefit from seeing this, but this is where we should have got in for a short at 9:15 a.m. targeting, maybe down here. Kind of got this drop, base, and drop some more. Then once we came all the way down to VWAP, we rallied back up to the 21 EMA, based, and then rallied back up again almost to the bottom of the 15-minute range. But that would have been a good short. We didn't take it, so it is what it is. It was a missed trade, missed opportunity. We try to see what we get today, though. Market pushing down here at open. A nice little dumpy dump there. Still dumping. If you missed the move, you missed it. If you were going to get short there. Five minutes left in the opening range. There's the 620s through yesterday's low. Testing the 16s. It's dropping. Dropping here at open. The hell? Those are no pivot point. Because yesterday was a half day. The pivot points are going to be weird today. There's no pivot points. All right. That's weird. There's no pivot points. There's only pivot points on the hourly time frame. Nothing on the shorter time frames. That's kind of weird. Interesting. I don't like that. Because it's based off of yesterday's price action. The market was closed for a half day, so there's no pivot points. I don't know what our rules say about that. Patrick said about that.
Going short on the Nasdaq with the ES showing so much strength right here. If the ES breaks above the opening range high, I think the Nasdaq could reverse all.
You got VWAP at 652.
VWAP right there. 1 minute chart running into the 21 EMA. Kind of have a little bit of a little bullish kind of breakout here. If the bears were really in control, they'd want this kind of breaking downside there. All right, back above the VWAP here now. ES is going straight up. See if the Nasdaq will follow.
Probably gonna maybe took a long there. We're still inside the range, but ES is going up now above the 15-minute range. We got above VWAP again. That might have been a good long right there, getting above here. 55s, there's 10 points. Might have been a nice long right there. Too late. Too late. Getting denied at the 21 EMA right there on the 2-minute.
Higher low, we start to move back down here, so let's be patient. And you can see on the 2-minute chart running right into that 21 EMA there now. Oh, look.
Just being patient. Kind of chopping along the 21 EMA right now in the 1 minute. We haven't gotten below the range yet, so I don't know about this bear flag in here. Just being patient. Oh. 2-minute chart just kind of stuck between the 21 EMA and VWAP right now in the middle of the 15-minute range. Getting tight here. Getting tight. See where this candle closes. Whoa. Well, that happened fast. Jeez. Good Lord. All right, forget about that. Good Lord. I wonder what that looked like on the 1 minute. That thing just opened up and then just shot straight down. That was crazy. Too fast. Would have had to have an order limit placed there. You know, we got below that like 640 area. 640 just shot down to, good Lord, 45 points in like seconds. I almost placed a sell order right here, like the break of the 640 area. I almost did this. Would have caught that pop real fast. That would have been sweet, but too late. That was wild. That was fast. Did y'all see that? All right, we're below the 15-minute range now. We just kind of had that quick pop down. Had a line drawn like this, but that candle just, that went way too fast. If we weren't going to get in on that, should have maybe had a sell order ready. As you see, the 21 EMA sloping down, then flattened out, and then down. Just got a real fast pop down there. Our stop would have been like 660s, maybe, like a 20-point stop. But yeah, there we go. There's the break below the range, though. Kind of wanted to see it get a little bit lower so we can get a nice pull and then a pullback, and then pulling right back into the range now. Get that hourly candle closing in 5 minutes. So we'll see what happens here in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes. Man, that was nuts. That thing was fast. That was insane how fast that candle just shot down. Put in a lower high, lower low. We're pulling back up to the 21 EMA again. That was pretty nuts. Wow. Man, that would have been nuts because I wouldn't have even had time to set my like partial bits. It would have just popped down there from 640. Or just like probably just closed our entire position out. That'd have been pretty cool.
Greens have always been good. And with the right blend of crunchy, crispy, and creamy, good becomes a mealtime victory. Hit the box.
Oh man, that would have been pretty fucking sweet. That would have been before the 9 a.m. candle. Here you go. Good job, Darth Trader. $50% retracement from the high pre-opening. Yeah, we're still at no trades, but I kind of had this like trend line drawn right here, and I was going to put a limit order in for like maybe the 640s, and then by the time I could even do that, this move happened so fast it popped down real quick, and I just missed it. But we'll see if some more moves come or not. No, I haven't. The 1 minute's the lowest I've gone. The most I go is like 20 points. Yeah, same. All right, there's the hourly candle. Yeah, like most is like 15, 20 points. All right, there we go. Taking a $240 loss right there on a short. Got distracted by the fucking chat again, dude. What the fuck, dude? I'm about to just stop fucking streaming, dude. I'm watching the chat, man. I get distracted. Why do I do that? And then I got in that short late, but we'll see if we get a continuation here or not. I need to stop reading the fucking comments in the chat because then my attention is on this screen over here and not my fucking trading screen. Damn, dude. There we go. Taking a $240 loss. There's a lot of momentum left. It's like, man, you fucking take a second trade here. 604, 624. Let's see. Jumping in another short back-to-back trades. That's usually not something you want to do either, but there we go. Getting filled there. Setting our stop at break even. We got in at 604. 20 points would be down here. See if we can get filled for another 2 down here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get this push. Let's get this push put in a lower low here. I think we can get it. Yeah, no, I just get distracted by the chat and I need to stop reading it because then my eyes were off the screen for that second. My entry would have been here at 613. I would have survived that retracement. But because I'm looking at the chat, I got in a couple seconds late. So that's my fault, though. That's not your fault. There we go. Again, stopped out for $178 red day. Fuck, that's it, dude. I'm about to turn the chat off on the stream because it's not your fault. It's my fault. But my entry for this trade should have been at the break. One of my rules is for a short entry, break a previous candle low. Well, break a previous candle low would have been at 614, not at 603. That's 10 points. Because I was reading, no offense, Darth Trader, I was reading your comments instead of looking at my trading screen. So I was prioritizing reading your comments over trading. That's not your fault. That's my fault. But I have a habit of doing this, and now it cost me my trades because I had. It's not your fault, though. You don't even have to say sorry. I need to learn that I can't do that. If I was flying a fucking airplane, I'm not going to be like talking to the people on the runway that are in the airport. I'm going to be focused on flying the plane. So that's all my fault. So there's a small fucking red day, maybe. It's like, or do we wait for more setups? Because imagine if I had 1,000 people watching this. There's going to be hundreds of people sending messages. I can't sit there and read them. That's my fault. Just like it's not the market's fault if you lose a trade. It's not the people in the chat's fault if I'm distracted reading the fucking chat. No, I'm not looking at 15-second charts. I'm not doing that, dude. That's crazy. I screwed up by not paying attention. I literally opened the stream and talked about paying attention. I'm not going to pay attention to what my dog's looking out the window. I'm not going to pay attention to the chat. I'm not going to pay attention to other stuff. And then right when I go to start to trade, I pay attention to all the stuff that y'all are writing in here and missed my entry method rule, which is the break of the previous candle. So if this is the bear flag, right, the entry should have been at the break of this wick, which would have been 614. We would have grabbed partial profits at like 599. We would have survived this retracement. We would have taken another partial profit down here. And then we would be at break even. We wouldn't have lost our trade. No, dude, it's not. You have to learn where to place your stop loss. I had a 20-point stop loss. I just fucking said my entry was wrong. My entry was late. Look at this. You guys are retarded. This is where the entry should have been. So if my entry was here at the break of this candle, my stop loss would have been at like 635 up here. Never would I have gotten stopped out. My entry was late because my attention was on the chat. Attention is alignment. You can't be aligned with taking profits and trading if your attention is also on other people. Stop loss placement would have been fine because my entry was late. Do you understand? Did I explain that okay? Did I explain that okay? My entry was late, so my stop loss would have been up here. But because my entry was late, my stop loss was here. I got stopped out. I would have had to have a larger stop loss, which would have been more risk. And the reason why I would have been risking more is because I entered late. I entered late because my attention was on the chat. It all starts with attention. Paying attention. You have to pay attention when you're trading. And I didn't pay attention. Yeah. That was my fault. If I haven't said it enough, my fault, my fault, my fault. On me. It's my fault for not paying attention. It's not your fault. You can sit there and type as many chats as you want and message, hey, Austin, look at the 15, look at the 1 minute, buy here, sell here, do this, do that. That's fine. But it's my fault if I'm going to pay attention and read the chat. So, fuck, dude, that's what you get when you don't pay attention. You lose. That's what you get when you don't fucking pay attention, dude. This is why sometimes I wonder if I should even have an Amazon or a fucking YouTube channel. You know? My fucking mouse isn't even working now. It's because my entry was late. My entry should not have been all the way down here at 6:03. It should have been here. So if my entry was here, that's how exact and meticulous and methodical your entry method needs to be. It's not random. It's a very specific spot. My entry should have been here. My stop would have been like here at the 21 EMA. Then we would have grabbed partial profits, would have grabbed some more partial profits, and then maybe on this one right here would have grabbed the final two. Now we're pulling back up above the 21 EMA. Because my entry was late, I just need to log that. I need to log late entry, wasn't paying attention, and was reading the fucking chat on the live stream. Simple as that. And guys, don't take offense or say sorry or it's your fault. It's all my fault. Well, that shit's frustrating because I've done that multiple times now. That's why I missed the setup that I missed on January 15th because I was paying attention to the stream. Instead, I was being a teacher and teaching you guys instead of being a trader. Do you want to be a teacher or do you want to be a trader? I want to be a trader, but too often I'm trying to be a teacher. So that's what happens when you're a teacher. You fucking miss the move because you're too busy talking or reading the chat, and then you lose. Simple as that. It's that simple. And yeah, it's frustrating because I'm frustrated with myself, not with you guys. You know, maybe I just need to turn the chat off. That was all my fault. Late entry, distracted by chat. It's crazy because I just talked about not doing that, and then I fucking did it. I said I'm not going to pay attention to the chat, and then I start getting bored and want to see if anybody messaged something, and I'm reading about Darth Trader's win, so I'm focused on his win and not me winning. When you're a fucking winner, you don't watch other people win, you just win. You can't even look at it during quiet spells because that fast, that was enough for me to get distracted to miss my move. The flag was forming right here, pushing up, and I start reading the chat and then miss the entry. I can't look at the chat until the end of the stream, until 10 a.m. Central Time comes around and I'm done trading. Then I can go back and start reading, you know, congrats, good job, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thank you, you know, thanking you guys, and then ending the stream and then recapping what I did. But I can't read during the, yeah, it's not good to be distracted. Like, when you're a pilot, you're not sitting there having phone conversations and texting other pilots. You're flying your plane. You're focused on flying the plane. When you land the plane and taxi it back to the hangar, then you can start communicating with other people. damn, that sucks because I get frustrated with myself. Market's still looking bearish. Then you gotta like wait until tomorrow to do it again. That's the fucking. Why do I do that, bro? Why do I do that? You should put in a lower high and then just ripped straight on down again. Yeah, no, Sharif, they're not valid now. It already happened. You're late. It's down here now. If you were gonna short, you would have shorted up here. You know, people in the chat are funny. Like, oh yeah, short now. Like when it's already fucking happened. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say, dude. All that, it's like you do all that work to have successful, consistent trades, and then you break your rules and get distracted, and it sucks. It sucks. I'm literally like prioritizing reading your chats over my own bills and family and successful trading. That's not good. Look at this. Look at that. See, everybody wants your attention. Yeah, dude, it already fucking happened though. Like, why would you short here? If the move already happened, like you should have got in up here at 581. We're at 537 now, Sharif. Yeah, I gotta just stop reading the fucking chat, dude. You guys, I'm not gonna read comments from somebody that still hasn't never got a payout yet. No, because I started streaming at the same time I started trading. And I've only been trading Nasdaq futures since August. I'm a new trader, and I have a very good strategy and a good edge, but it doesn't work when my eyeballs aren't looking at the chart. Like, that's like shooting a gun with your fucking eyes closed, just pointing at the target like you're some kind of like magician. Like, you got to look at the target. So the target would have been here. Fucking. What the hell, dude? The target would have been like getting short here. That's where we should have got short. 613 area, not 603. We got short 10 points too low. That 10 points, when you have a 20-point stop loss, is enough to come back and retrace, hit your stop loss at 623. It only pushed up to 625 and then continued down. You know? So, and then that second trade that I got in was just kind of stupid because it was at like the same level. Like, you don't take back-to-back trades like that. If you screwed up, you screwed up. And then I tried to make up for it. Thank God we got a little bit of profit, but like that just not how you do it. Yeah, look, now these people are going to give me all this advice on my rules and trading. And all right, we're just going to end the stream here because that's not even true. The strategy's good. I was looking at the chat. You can't look somewhere else and trade. Let me ask you guys this. When you go to place your trades, are you staring at the ceiling? Are you going like this? Are you looking up at the ceiling? No, you're probably looking at your chart, right? You're probably looking at your computer screen when you place a trade. I wasn't. I was looking at the chat. Do you get it now? Darth Trader, when you placed your short earlier, when you made whatever $700 on 5 micros, were you reading my chat or were you focused on what you were doing? You were focused on what you were doing. After you won your trade, then you came into here and talked about your win because then you want to share it with others because it feels good when other people know you're a winner. And then I was distracted by what you're writing, and I missed out on my own game that I was playing. You know what I mean? Straw to mirror. Nah, I was not on anything until I was done. Facts. Exactly, dude. You were focused on what you were doing. We're always focusing. First of all, it's not, oh, I can't focus. I was just focused on the wrong thing. And I literally watched an hour-long YouTube lecture on this last night and then didn't do it today. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It's not that the strategy didn't work. I mean, we didn't create a lower low until we got all the way over to here, but there still was some profits to be made in here. This wasn't the best move. Getting short at 9 a.m. because we didn't get that break of structure until we chopped around for a little bit. But yeah, man, I just got to take this L because you can't take wins by not focusing. People are like, oh, try this time frame. You're doing too much. Change your rule, blah, blah, blah. And they're missing the entire point that I was not looking at my screen when I placed the trade. Like, that's the first step. The first step is look at the computer screen. Yeah, I do, Darth Trader. I actually have them all written down on a third monitor, a small monitor, in between my MacBook and my large monitor. I have monitors that slide out from my MacBook, and on the right one, I have my trading checklist. And every time I followed it, I've won. Nowhere on my trading checklist does it say, all right when the hourly candle closes and you're ready to start looking for trades between 9 and Central Time, stop looking at your chart and read the chat. Nowhere does it say to do that. Yeah. I know yeah, I don't need to take any advice. I just need to look at the screen. Like, Darth Trader, you already know what I'm talking about. When you were trading this morning, you weren't looking, you were focused on what you were doing. And day trading doesn't have to be hard. It can be very simple. If you believe it's hard, that's your belief. My belief is not that day trading is hard, because people that are consistent, profitable winners, they don't think day trading's hard. To them, they think it's simple. At some point, their beliefs transformed. And now I'm going to go into fucking lecture mode for the next 30 minutes. When you were little and you believed in Santa Claus, you believed in Santa Claus in a different way than you believe in Santa Claus now. Santa Claus was never destroyed in your mind. It was just transformed into a different belief. Well, eventually people's beliefs transform into the idea that trading is simple and not hard when they stick to their edge and they're disciplined and consistent. I have a good edge. Do you guys understand what I said about my entry being late and how that then impacted me taking profits and winning in this trade? You either get it or you don't get it. The entry rule is the break of the previous candle low. So this blue candle right here, the bottom wick is at 21,614. So the entry should have been here at like 21,613, not 603. I was 10 points late to the party. That 10 points late to the party with a 20-point stop loss was enough to get stopped out here and lose the trade. Usually my stop is around the 21 EMA, which would have been up here at 633. We would not have gotten stopped out. My predefined stop loss method is good. My taking partial profits method is good. But it all starts with your entry. There's an order of operations. So in algebra, you have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. You don't go to addition You start with the parentheses. There's an order of operations, and it starts with your attention. My attention was not on the computer screen. It was on the chat. So the very first step in the process of me executing on my edge and my strategy and winning was off. So tomorrow, instead of just having a different window open, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is what I look at on my MacBook. You're not going to be able to see it because it's going to tile the screen like that. But then I switch to economic calendar so that I can't see the chat. But I'm literally going to take this tab and I'm going to minimize it to below my screen so that my stream is still on. You guys can still chat, but I'm not going to have the tendency to read it, to go look at it. Yeah. And I'm not mad at you guys. I love you guys. This is not your fault. This was not your fault. This was 100% my fault. I think I've said that like 10 times now because I know people are going, sorry, or, you know, blah, 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 and trying to give me advice on the strategy. Dude, it was not the strategy. It was all me. And it was, my attention was off. Attention creates a vibration. Vibration creates a frequency. Frequency is paired with a particular reality. But it all starts with your attention. If your attention's off, you're going to vibrate incorrectly. Then you're going to be on the wrong frequency. Then you're going to be on the wrong reality. Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to just take all your bad habits and weaknesses out. And then when you boil it down, you're left with just good habits. What we're not going to do, we're just going to have to take this loss. The accounts, we're trading small size 6 micros. The account's still over 50,000. We're going to log a small red day today. The strategy didn't fail. I failed. That's a good thing to think about. Hey, my strategy, it's not that my strategy didn't work. I didn't work. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And time after time, my strategy proves that. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think this is one of the best strategies out there. But there's a bunch of different strategies. And that's only like 30% of trading. 70% is your ability to follow it. And that's what the book talked about that I read too. Darth Trader has his strategy where he looks at 15-second time frames and he looks at pre-market London, high, low, this and that. I don't do any of that, and I don't need to do any of that. He does it, and it works for him. But if Darth Trader is consistently winning, it's because he's consistently following his rules that he's made with those time frames and those rules. Just like Austin will consistently win if I follow my rules. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use a 15-second time frame or that that's wrong. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to change my edge. My edge works. If I'm following my edge for 20 days and it doesn't work, then I'll start changing my edge. Then I'll go, all right, well, I've been following this very well for 20 days. And it's not working, so I have to change something. Today, it wasn't the edge that didn't work. It was me that didn't work. Yeah, well, we're definitely not going to go on tilt. We're going to freaking take our small win after that loss and be done for the day. Oh. We're not going to do anything stupid like that. And we're going to put a space here between these 2 days. Tomorrow's January 22nd. It definitely sucks. You can see that, guys, I don't like losing either. But I more importantly don't like losing when it's because of something I did. If I lost and followed my strategy, then I would just be like, hey, today was one of those days where we hit the third fundamental truth in the 5 fundamental truths of trading. Number 3 is there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given sets of variables that define an edge. So that means you could still lose even when you're following your edge because no edge is 100%. So far, this edge has been pretty close to 100%. I haven't found a day where actually it hasn't worked. Actually, I just found days where the setup didn't occur, and if the setup doesn't occur, you just do no trade, like on Friday. That doesn't mean the edge didn't work. That means it just didn't present itself that day. But it presents itself almost every day. Today, this wasn't the best move down right here, but we got in late. So we got punished. We got an unwanted reality. But even in unwanted reality, you can extract good out of that. What's the good out of that? I'm going to learn that I can't look at the chat. So you may feel upset about a circumstance or a condition that's currently existing in your environment, which that didn't make me feel good. But then there's an opposite side of that. There's a positive in every like negative situation. You perceive it as negative. The positive is, all right, what did I learn from that? I learned that I need to focus and pay attention better. And it's not that I need to focus. I need to focus on the chart because I was focusing. I was focusing on the wrong thing. You can trade robotically, though. That's almost kind of how you have to be. Yeah, exactly, though. You know, you can't think the market owes you when you miss out on something. You missed out on something, and you just got to wait till the next day. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention, guys. We didn't get a lower low here. We pulled back up, put in like a lower high and then a lower low. So it's kind of weird, but you know, it just sucks when the result of that losing trade was simply I was looking at the wrong screen. You can't do that. Yesterday we took no trade. Yesterday we kind of missed the setup too, honestly. The setup was, the entry was at 9:15, right here. That was kind of a breakout below, and then you could have gotten in for a short there maybe. Never would have been even in drawdown if we followed our entry method. See, that's what I mean. If you have a really good entry method with this strategy, a lot of times you don't draw down that much at all. That's the 2 minute. See, I really don't want to go backwards because I need to just live in the present moment. The present moment is we had a red day because I didn't pay attention. And I just need to sit with that discomfort. You need to just sit with that discomfort instead of trying to make up for it. We're forced as traders to wait until the following day to perform again. See, unlike sport, this is where trading in sports is totally different. When the clock runs out of a game with sports and you lose, you walk back to the locker room and you're done, and you just got to think about what happened and wait until the next game. With trading, the market's still open. You can jump right back in. There's more, it's limitless. And that's what creates the danger and why most people consistently or in the long run fail. Because you can just jump right back in now. You have to have the self-control to go, we're done for the day. Look at you have to be the one that ends the game. And there's no certain time. You have to create your own internal rules for that. For me, we took 2 trades, a loss and a win. The win was smaller than the loss. And the loss was wrong, not because of the strategy, but because I wasn't paying attention. and I just have to log that as a red day. If you can do that, and then just tomorrow do your best again. So, yeah, like we would have had an order entry, if that's what you mean, Robert. Trade on orders rather than market. So my entry would have been, gotta be careful putting an entry in right now because the price is right around where we would have entered, but I don't want to put that on the screen because it would have just entered me into a trade, but the entry should have been right here. There's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas after you lose a trade. You go back and go, I should have done this. But it's not like I'm modifying my statements based off what just happened. Y'all have been hearing me for days or weeks talk about what my entry method is. On a short, it is the break of the previous candle low. After we came all the way back up to the 21 EMA, and then this candle started pushing down. Once we got below, I would have felt comfortable putting in a short here and putting my stop up here. But instead, I was paying attention to the chat. It's just crazy because I literally, for an hour, worked on attention and this kind of psychology work last night and then failed at it the very next day. Maybe this was just to confirm what I learned last night. And now I just have to make adjustments. Like I said a week ago, I wasn't going to look at the chat, and then I just did it anyway. So sometimes we have to break our rules a couple times before we get sick of breaking certain rules. So I don't know. I just don't want you all to feel like I'm upset with you or anything like that, because I think Robert said earlier, like, don't get frustrated though, or no. What do you say? I don't know. Darth said, sorry if I distracted you, and I don't know. But I'm not upset with y'all, so. No, because now we put in like higher highs and the market's above the 21 EMA. It's not really a bear flag. We're inside the 15-minute range. This is not a setup for me. And even if there is setups, like I need to just log this red day because that's what you got to do. The 21 EMA on the 1 minute's kind of sloping up now. This is not like good momentum. Like, honestly, the two setups were, this was before the 9 a.m. candle, but I was going to put an order entry here at like 6:40, would have caught that quick one. And then an order entry here at like 6:13 would have caught this. So I just need to accept the fact that I was distracted and just had a red day. Just got to log a small, at least it's a small red day. That's good. If that's our red days and our green days are bigger than that, that's all that matters. So it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to go for a run. It's like under 30 degrees out. I'm going to go punish myself by running in the fucking freezing cold weather and think about what I did. So we will be live tomorrow at the same time. And see y'all guys tomorrow. Peace out.